The coworker, Brenda, was the office's ultimate source of pick-me energy. She spent every lunch hour bragging about her refined palate and looking down on everyone else's meal-prepped pasta as, tragically mid, for weeks. She dominated every conversation with her desire to enter the world of artisanal baking but with a catch. She insisted she could only start if she found a real, historic sourdough starter, claiming that modern yeast was for amateurs. She was basically trying to ratio the entire break room with her superior hobby goals, acting like a gatekeeper for a craft she hadn't even started yet. Chloe actually knew her way around a kitchen, but she didn't feel the need to flex it for clout. Instead of crashing out or calling out Brenda's constant rudeness, Chloe decided to lean into a subtle villain arc. She showed up on Monday morning with a beautifully twine-wrapped mason jar, labeled in elegant cursive, 100-year-old vintage heirloom starter. She gifted it to Brenda with a serene smile, moving with such main character grace that Brenda was instantly convinced she'd secured the ultimate status symbol for her kitchen. But there was a major glitch in the sauce. Chloe hadn't actually given her a living fermented culture. It wasn't an heirloom. It was just a thick lifeless slurry of flour and warm water, zero yeast, zero vintage history, and absolutely no biological activity. Within a week, the vibe check hit Brenda's apartment like a freight train. Because there was no actual yeast to create that sweet, tangy fermentation, the mixture didn't rise or bubble. It just started to decompose. By day 5, Brenda's kitchen was officially down bad. The starter had transformed into a sentient biohazard that smelled exactly like a high school locker room, full of old socks and damp gym gear. Brenda, desperate to maintain her pro-baker facade for social media, tried to film a TikTok of her first artisanal loaf. But without any leavening agent, the dough came out like a gray, sticky brick that looked totally cooked. She was visibly shook, frantically googling why her historic heirloom smelled like a dumpster in mid-July. Meanwhile, back at the office, Chloe sat at her desk, sipping her coffee, looking completely snatched and unbothered. She knew that while Brenda was busy scrubbing stinky sock scents off her granite counters, the lesson was clear: don't be a menace to the people who actually put in the work. Chloe didn't just ruin a loaf of bread. She deleted Brenda's culinary ego in 4K. It was a petty masterpiece that required zero shouting, just a jar of flour and a dream.